What is up, my crafty friends? My name is Carrie, and I want to welcome you back to my channel. Whether it's your first visit or you're a returning subscriber, I want to say welcome, my friend. Y'all, I know it is almost May, and that means it is time to reveal the May tiered tray box. But y'all, I have a problem. I'm being totally honest and transparent here. Y'all, I can't find the wood. Supply chain issues are everywhere, and the wood that I use to make our tiered tray boxes is out of stock. Imagine that. Y'all, we are definitely living in crazy and chaotic times right now, and some things are just out of our control. The good thing is the April box was actually kind of a transitional month because I did the April showers, bring May flowers. If you missed out on that box, I'll be sure to put a link to that down in the description box below in case you want to get that for your May box. I decided to turn this lemon into lemonade, and I've got a super special surprise for y'all. I've created something brand new for us for the month of May and also for Mother's Day, but it's also a transitional piece just like our tiered tray boxes are, but it uses a different kind of wood. It actually uses a thicker wood, and I think y'all are absolutely gonna love it. But before we get started and I show y'all that great surprise, I need to say a big thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. This awesome online ad-free learning community has definitely got something that is going to fit your needs, whether you want to learn photography, drawing, or even how to garden. And that's exactly what I'm learning this month. I'm taking a class by Etla Chaudhry. It's called Indoor Gardening. Grow houseplants, veggies, and herbs. And y'all, she is an amazing teacher. She taught me how to grow my very own herbs. And in this crazy time that we're living in at the moment, this is something that has definitely been on my list of things that I need to kind of expand my learning abilities on. Here's my pot of mint that I planted after I took my class with Edga, and I think it is such a fantastic idea. I followed her suggestion and planted my mint in this pot. That way it's not going to take over my garden. I also planted some rosemary. Oh my gosh, I wish there was smell-o-vision because that smells absolutely awesome. And I also planted me some lavender. And y'all, look what I did. Look how cute this is. I actually did little tags and put them on little seashells so it can match my beach house theme. What do you think about this class? Is it something that you want to learn more about? If it is, then you're in luck, because the first 1,000 people to use the link or my code MAMADARESDIY will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare so you can start exploring your creativity today. That's enough talking, y'all. Let's hop on to the workspace and let's find out the surprise that I've got for you for the month of May. Okay, y'all, here is our project for May. Isn't it cute? If you can't tell what it is because it is laying down, y'all, this is a little caddy, but there's something extra special about this caddy because the pieces are interchangeable. For the month of May and for Mother's Day, I'm going to include a free piece for this month since we're having to make lemonade out of these lemons. But y'all, this box is sort of like a spin-off for the box that was super popular on my channel that I made using the Dollar Tree cutting boards. This one was probably one of my most popular videos and everybody loved it, but it also was probably the most controversial because not everybody could find the cutting board. So that was a little bit of a problem. So this is how we're making lemonade out of these lemons. I designed this box totally out of wood. You don't have anything to cut. Everything is already pre-cut for you. All you have to do is to put it together, and I'm about to show you exactly how easy that is. Y'all, this box is made out of 1/4-inch birch wood, but it's also got a couple of things that I want to point out. So this little piece is removable. I'm throwing in this piece for the month of May. It's going to come to you unfinished, and I'm going to show you how to paint this using the Arteza alcohol ink markers. They're awesome. They're called Everblend, and they were super easy to use. This box also has 2 sides, so you're going to get the lattice side. Your sides are going to be lattice as well. But if you want to have a solid box, you also have that option because one side is going to be shiplap. Isn't that cute? If you want to see how easy it is to put this box together, keep watching this video. And if you enjoy it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up because that would mean the world to me. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, consider hitting that subscribe button down below and turn on all those notifications if you don't want to miss anything I've got coming your way. So you ready to see how easy this is to put together? Let's get started, y'all. Okay, before we hop in and get our box put together, I want to take a moment and let y'all see the whole set of the 120 Everblend markers from Arteza. I've already picked out my color palette, and I'll show y'all what those are in just a second. But y'all, just look at this beautiful set of gorgeous alcohol markers. First of all, let's take a look at the case. It's absolutely awesome. It's made out of a very durable material. You've got on the side, you've got your little color chart here that's going to give you all of your colors that are in the set. I do, however, suggest if you're doing a new medium that you make your own color chart on whatever medium that is, because it can look just a little bit different. It's also got a nice handle that you can carry it, or it's got a strap that can clip off and on. I love these nice little plastic clips to keep everything nice and tight. But y'all, look at what's inside this gorgeous case. Oh my goodness. Y'all, look at all of this rainbow beautifulness. Y'all know I'm a sucker for turquoises. I've actually got some turquoises pulled out too. Y'all, the great thing about these markers is they're also dual-ended. So you've got a chisel tip, and you've also got a fine tip. Aren't those nice? These are a fantastic set of markers. Now, I have not really had the opportunity to play around with them a whole lot, but I'm super excited to be able to try them out on wood. Let's open up the sides here, just so you can see how everything is put together. I love that they are in rainbow order. That makes me so happy. You've got lots of grays, you've got lots and lots of browns, every color under the rainbow. Like I said, this is a 120 set of colors. So you're ready to put these babies to the test. Let's close these back up. Look how easy that is to do. And we're going to jump in and start painting our wood. And actually, before we start painting, I do want to go ahead and glue some of it together because that will need a chance to dry. And look, this is what it's going to look like when you get it. This is our Happy Mother's Day little piece we're going to put on our little box. And then this is the one that I painted with my markers. I want you to be able to see the great detail that I was able to get. Look at the shading. Even though these are alcohol markers, y'all, the shading I was able to get with these is absolutely fantastic. So that's what we're going to be painting. But first, I want to go ahead and pre-glue a couple of our pieces. So your caddy is going to come with a bottom. This piece that's got slots all the way around it, that's going to be your bottom. You've got one side that's solid in case you don't want the lattice look. Now, you can do the lattice look. You could also paint this white, and if you wanted to back this with a black, you would be able to get that buffalo plaid look. Super, super easy. And then you're going to have two sides, a left and a right side, and we've also got a little handle. I opted to go for the arched handle in case there were some things you wanted to put in under the bottom that would give you a little bit more room versus just doing a straight circular handle. So I'm going to be using my Tight Bond wood glue today. You can also use your Star Bond glue. That is totally up to you. If you're comfortable with putting it together with hot glue, that's definitely an option as well. Actually, I do believe SureBonder makes a wood glue, and I think I've got some of that I could actually play around with for this project too, if I could locate it. So I want to go ahead and glue my handles on first. And to do that, we're just going to put a little bit of our glue in it. I'm going to put glue on the front and the back side of the slot. You want to make sure that you get glue on all of your pieces. Now, if you were going to be painting this, so if you wanted your box to be white, I would definitely suggest to go ahead and paint your pieces before you start gluing your pieces together. That would make things just a little bit easier. And now we're going to do the same thing for our other side. So next I want to glue on my bottom. You want to make sure that your slots are lined up correctly before you do that. And I'm just going to put a little bit of my glue on one side. You don't want it on both, on the front and the back. You just want it on your left and your right side. Because everything is already slotted, you don't have to cut anything. I've done all of that work for you. So it's going to be super easy for you to put together. Now, I do suggest going ahead and using a little bit of tape and just taping these joints together until it has time to dry. And we'll let this dry while we're painting our Happy Mother's Day. And y'all, I do plan on adding in, since this is a new product, I will be adding in some extra pieces later as the months go on if you want to kind of change that out for your seasons as well. This caddy would make a great little silverware caddy if you're having a picnic. You can put a bottle of wine in it. You can actually put flowers in it. I think it's just a great overall caddy. Okay, so I'm not going to add in our piece with the lattice on it just yet because we have to do this part first. So I'm just going to swap over and do our shiplap piece. Always make sure before you start gluing stuff down that it all fits together. You don't want to have your glue on it and then decide, uh-oh, I put the wrong piece on. I've got these slotted so that they fit super snug. And for this piece, we want to put our glue on the inside slots. You can also put it here inside. You don't want to have it on the raised slots. You want to put it on the indented slot. What do y'all think about this project? Do you think it's a good alternative since our wood was sold out for our tiered tray? I think it's a great alternative. I'm determined not to let it get me upset because I've actually been wanting to design this box for quite some time now. And I'm just going to do the same thing with these. I'm going to use just a little bit of tape until it dries. You can use masking tape, you can use painter's tape, you can use any kind of tape you want to. Just make sure that if you have painted your box that you don't want to use like a duct tape or anything because that might pull off your finish. Okay, so I'm just going to move this out of the way. I'm going to flip this around because I forgot to add some tape to my handle. Just want to make sure that everything sticks together very well and has time for our glue to dry. Okay. So while this part of our box is drying, I I want to jump over to our lattice piece. So we're going to be using our lattice piece here. The great thing about this is it's actually removable, y'all. Look how smart I am. Look at that. So when it's on your box, you can put this on and give it to your mom for Mother's Day. And then when Mother's Day is over, if she wants to, she can just take off this little piece, and then we can replace it with a different one for our next holiday. Isn't that smart? I was so proud of myself. Toot toot, I'm tooting my own horn today. Okay, so your Happy Mother's Day sign is going to come with these two little wood pieces here. It's going to come with your Happy Mother's Day sign here. It's going to come with this protective layer. This is just so that it stays safe during shipping. Once we're done painting, we're actually going to discard this piece because we're not going to need it. And it's going to come with your little Happy Mother's Day plaque. So the first thing that we want to do is to take our triangle piece and our diamond piece, and we want to glue these together. It's going to go just like that. Because I want a quick glue, I'm going to use my Starbond thick adhesive. This is such an awesome glue. It's strong, it's super fast setting, and that's exactly why I'm going to be using it for this part of my project. If you want to use your wood glue, you can do that. Just know that it's going to take just a few minutes for that to dry, or you could also use your wood hot glue. So we're just going to glue these two pieces together. Just like that. We're going to set this to the side while we paint our Happy Mother's Day piece. You could go ahead and do this next part, but I think it would be easier if it was super flat. So the colors I'm going to be using for our project today are these beautiful fuchsias. I'm going to be using A323, A4887, A9421, A2496, A5000, A758, and A942. And again, if you're just now joining us, these are the Arteza Everblend Markers. They're an alcohol-based marker. Okay, so the first color I'm going to go in with is going to be the fluorescent pink. The next one is going to be hot pink. And I'm going to use our fine tip for this. And y'all, look how pretty this is. Can you believe that you can get such a vibrant color with an alcohol marker on wood? And honestly, the camera really doesn't pick up the vibrantness of it. It is super bright. And I'll just go and do every one of my petals on both of my flowers in this hot pink. After I've done all of those, I'm going to go back in with, actually this was the fluorescent pink, I'm going to go in with the hot pink next. And for that, I'm just going to darken just a little bit those inside edges. And I want to make like some little veins. Isn't that pretty? I love these colors. And I'm not going to bore y'all by going and doing all of this on camera. I just wanted you to see how I was able to achieve such contrast and such detail with these markers. Okay, so the next color that we're going to go in with is going to be, this one is called Desert Sand. And for this one, I'm going to use my chisel tip. And because I'm going to be going around all of the outside of this with my black, I'm really not worried about getting out of the lines. I've got everything scored, so we don't really have to worry about the colors bleeding. How easy was that? So next I want to go in with a little bit darker, and this is going to be the Brandy Rose. And for this one, I just want to add in a little bit of texture. So I'm just going to kind of make some X's. And y'all, I know this probably sounds a little bit weird, but I love the way alcohol markers smell. We just want to add in some depth and some texture. Isn't that pretty? And last but not least, we're going to go in with this dark chocolate brown. We're not going to use the chisel tip this time. I'm going to go in with that fine tip. And I want to just add in some shading. Maybe a few more little darker X's. Then I want to shade just some of the tops so that it would be just a little bit darker. What's your favorite thing to do with alcohol markers? Have you ever tried the Everblends? Like I said, I haven't done a lot with these before, but I'm super excited to keep pushing that crafting envelope and to try new mediums. I'm really impressed with how vibrant these are on top of this wood. Next, we're going to go in with our green. This is called an olive green. And this is a really pretty color. What color would you paint your daisies? Also, are you excited at the thought of being able to change out the signs? If you don't want to change out the signs, you could always just use the lattice. I also think it would be pretty on your lattice to get some of that rolled, the rolls of moss. If this was painted white and you backed the back of it with a roll of moss, I think that would be super, super pretty, don't you? Now, if you were painting this white, I would definitely suggest that you paint the backdrop of your Happy Mother's Day the same color as you do this, because mine's going to be just the unfinished natural wood. I don't have to worry about that. But if you were painting this part white or any other color, I would definitely match this part to that. Okay, so now we want to take our black. We're just going to color in the edges. Just fill in. And if you start with your lightest color and you build onto it with your darkest color, it's not going to matter if you get out of lines. That's why I'm really not being super picky about getting in those lines. So once we've outlined the whole thing, let's add just a little bit more. So once I get the entire thing outlined, I'm going to go in and add just a little bit, pull some of that black up onto the petals. Because sometimes on your hot pink Gerber daisies, it is just a little bit black, almost like a black-eyed Susan. Isn't that pretty? I'm really excited about our box. I hope y'all are too, and y'all, hopefully I can get stocked up on our wood next time it comes available. We are just definitely living in crazy times right now, aren't we? So yeah, I'm not going to bore y'all with painting all of this on camera because that would take a little bit, and I know we don't have time for all that, but I do want to go ahead and glue our Happy Mother's Day down. And for this, I'm going to use my Star Bonder thick glue again. And if you want to see more about the Star Bond glue, I almost need a new bottle. I'll put a link to Star Bond down below, and I'll also include a coupon code for y'all. When you're working with little pieces like this, the Star Bond glue is fantastic for that. I really like the tip. They actually make a medium and a thin. The medium is good, but I don't suggest the thin because it is super messy, and when I say it's thin, it is like water. It's so thin. Okay, let's glue our mothers, and because I do have the bottom part scored for you, you don't have to worry if your piece or your words are going to be straight. I've made that easy for you. And once we get this part of our project done, we can glue down our back side, and we can also paint our words here. And for the words, I'm going to use my same black marker. And y'all, I'm going to use the chisel tip this time. I want you to see how quick this goes. I really love it that I don't think I got enough glue on this one. Let's add a little bit more. My glue is almost empty. It's time to place another order. I've had it forever though. It has been well used. But I really appreciate the fact that our Everblend markers have that fine tip and the chisel tip. If I were using paint brushes to do this, I would have to change brushes, and then I would have a lot of cleanup. So I really appreciate the fact that I literally have nothing to clean up. All I have to do is put my markers back in my case. Look how nice that is. Okay, so we're just going to pretend that all of this is colored in. Now we're going to bring back our little lattice piece here. So the way we're going to add the back part on, you can see this is our back part here. The way that we want to add this on is we want to center up the design. It can go wherever you want to. If you want to make yours go above, guess what? You can make yours go above. If you want to make it go sideways, you can make it go sideways. As long as it doesn't go past your lines on the side, you're fine. So I'm going to do mine in the center, and that looks pretty good. And I want you to hold your piece on, don't let it go. And now we're going to flip it over, and y'all watch this. So we're going to find the center. The center is going to be right here. You've got a center slot, and you've also got in the center this little mark here. This is how you know it's going to be even every time. So we want to put a little bit of glue onto the little triangle part of our, whoops, of our piece here. And now we're going to very carefully insert that piece through the back and push down. Doing your design this way, it's going to make sure that it's going to be lined up in the right place every time. And guess what? Next month for June, if we do something with a flip-flop or something, you can put your flip-flop up here. It's totally up to you, because every month I'm going to include a different little hanger into your project. Now once your glue gets dry, all you've got to do is just push it all the way through. And now you know it's going to be centered up every time. Okay, so now we're going to move both of these pieces out of the way. And when you're all done painting, that's what you're going to end up with. Now we're going to bring back our box. We're going to flip it over and glue on our lattice piece. And y'all, this project is done. Now that we know it fits, let's glue it down. Okay, how simple was that? How do you love it? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you want to grab your very own box, I'll also have a link to that down in the description box below. You can also find a link to the Arteza markers if you want to check those out. And I'll also put a link to that Starbond glue along with a coupon code. Let me show you how easy it is to just pop in your little piece, and y'all, because we've got the hanger on the back, it just hangs there all by itself. Isn't that a cute idea? Now next month, if you want to change this out to whatever that season might be, you just pick it up. Our little hook keeps everything nice and snug, and it's not going to go anywhere. What do y'all think about this project? Do you love it? Do you think that it was definitely a happy accident that we weren't able to get our wood for our tiered tray this month? I think it was, because I absolutely love how this box turned out. Y'all, what do you think about our box? Do you think it's a great idea? I do. I love it. I love the fact that we've got the shiplap side and we've also got the lattice look. You can change either side, and I love that it is interchangeable. You can add in your different little pieces every single month. Let me know if you like the thought. I don't have that one quite in the right slot, but if you wanted it to be off-centered like that, you definitely could. But what do you think about adding in the different pieces every month? Would you like to see maybe a winter, spring, summer, and fall little interchangeable pieces to your box? I would love to know your thoughts. Let me know how you feel about this. Do you miss having our monthly tier tray box for May? I know I apologize, but y'all, the supply chain is just out of control at the moment. But I am super proud of this project, and I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. That's all we've got time for today, y'all. Don't forget, if you want to grab your own box, I'll have the link down in the description box below, along with the link to the Arteza markers. I'll also have that Starbond link down below as well, along with the discount code. Until next time, happy DIYing, y'all.